Private jets come in all shapes and sizes. While smaller aircraft, such as those from Cessna, Bombardier or Embraer, are more common, variants of commercial jets are also used. There has not yet been a private A380, meaning the 747 is currently the largest in use for such a purpose. But what do these conversions look like, and who ends up using them? Before we begin, if you haven't already, why not subscribe to our channel? New videos are posted weekly, and be sure to click that notification bell to know when the latest videos come out. Boeing offers its full range of commercial aircraft for private use through its Boeing Business Jet or BBJ program. According to the plane maker's own data, the 737 has been the most popular by far, with more than 190 aircraft ordered. But the wide-body 767, 777, 787 and 747 have all been repurposed for VIP use as well. As with any private jet, layout and designs are customized. Boeing offers the aircraft empty, and interiors are designed and installed by other companies. The 747's upper deck has been used as a feature by many commercial airlines. Bars and lounges were common in the early days, with many later retrofitting this level with premium cabins. In private use, this area can provide a useful separate space away from the main deck. Government aircraft might use this for staff or secure facilities like communications. In individual use, it might feature a private residential space for owners or VVIPs. The 747-8 already has one of the highest ranges of any Boeing aircraft, although the smaller 777-200LR exceeds it, as will the standard 777-8 when it enters service. In a private configuration, with fewer fittings and carrying fewer passengers, its already substantial range can be increased. Boeing quotes the private version of the 747-8 as having a range of 16,537 kilometers, assuming a passenger capacity of 100. This is up from 14,320 kilometers for the standard 747-8. At least two aircraft took this even further. The VC-25A, currently used for Air Force One, has the ability to refuel in the air. However, this has never been used in active service and will not be a feature of the forthcoming VC-25B aircraft. It's hard to determine exactly how many VIP configured or private 747s there have been or are in service. This sort of information is not published, and many of the earlier 747s that ended up in private use were purchased second-hand or managed through leasing companies. As a guide, Boeing stated in 2007, as reported in Flight Global, that 22 VIP-configured 747s were in service, and at that time it also had orders for 4 new 747-8 VIP aircraft. According to Boeing data, there have now been 10 orders for a 747-8 BBJ. All these orders were placed between 2006 and 2011. The most common use of VIP or private configured 747 is for head of state travel or other government use. Boeing has seen strong success in this market, with several countries using 747s from the 747-100/200 generation. Countries that currently have used the 747 in their VIP or head of state fleets include the US, Bahrain, Brunei, Korea, Kuwait, Morocco, Oman, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the UAE. Several other countries use 747s jointly with state airlines. These can be converted to VIP use as needed, but are not dedicated aircraft. China and India have done this for many years, but have both now ordered dedicated aircraft, the 747-8 for China and the 777 for India. Of course, the most well-known for government use is the United States Air Force-operated 747s. These are currently 2 heavily modified 747-200 aircraft designated VC-25A and have been in service since 1990. They will soon be replaced by 2 new 747-8 aircraft. In an effort to lower costs, these were aircraft originally ordered by Transaero. The planes will be modified instead of being newly built. Unlike many other countries, the interior details of Air Force One are well known and photographed. However, much of the defense and technical modifications, of course, remain classified. The main deck offers residence and office space for the president, followed by office and meeting space for staff and a large conference room. Behind all this are separate cabins for guests and the traveling media. To learn more about Air Force One and its history, check out our video Air Force One, the story of the Flying White House. There have been only a few private owners of a 747. Even for large companies, it's simply too big and would rarely justify the operating costs. For corporate use, smaller aircraft taking much smaller groups are more practical. Private individuals likewise do not need the space, but as the largest private jet, the 747 definitely makes an impression. Not surprisingly, many private owners prefer to remain unnamed, but few examples have been publicized. Prince Al-Walid bin Talal bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is a member of the Saudi royal family, but privately owns and operates aircraft. He purchased his 747 in 2003 for $485 million. For comparison, the US VC-25A aircraft cost $325 million each. It is lavishly furnished with luxurious carpets, plenty of gold trim decoration, and even a large chandelier. There are decadent bedrooms and bathrooms, a dining area for 14, extensive lounge areas, and to top it all off, a throne for the prince. The prince planned to take his ambitions even further, with an order for a private A380 in 2007. This was designed but never developed, and the aircraft transferred to airline use. The 3 lift-connected decks, which include the cargo hold, would house a car garage, Turkish bath, relaxation room with ground views projected on the floor, dining and prayer rooms, and the upper deck would have 5 private ensuite apartments for guests. Meanwhile, there have been reports of the completion of a private 747-8 order for a Middle Eastern business. French firm Cabinet Alberto Pinto designed the interior. The extensive refit took 4 years and was completed in 2015. It features a master bedroom in the aircraft's nose. There are several more private suites on the main deck, as well as office and lounge space. However, unlike the Prince's jet, the interiors here were designed with simplicity in mind. The upper deck is used for a living room area with bookshelves, televisions, and a children's play area. In an interview with Altitudes magazine, lead designer Picard explained the final result, saying, "The owner gave us carte blanche. He wasn't looking for anything outrageously luxurious with gold and diamonds. On the contrary, he called for some simplicity, which in the end is indeed the true luxury. One can easily recognize a strong French touch, a tribute to French Art Deco and to our most famous saddle makers. We used only noble materials, all of the best quality available of course, such as wood, African wakapu and sycamore, stone, wool and silk fabrics, natural leathers." Certainly proud of the design, he concludes with, "Such a project is a dream come true that happens only once or twice in a designer's lifetime. In a way, this is a landmark in aviation history." Officials from the Boeing company who visited the aircraft said that it may be one of the most beautiful large aircraft ever made. The future for large private aircraft is interesting. There is a strong decline in the popularity and use of large 4-engine jets, and Boeing has confirmed the end of 747 production, with the last 2 cargo 747-8s now ordered. But with increasing retirements from airline fleets, there could be the potential for more second-hand developments. The last 747-8 new-build business jet order was in 2011, and there won't be any more now. Likewise, the A380 is also now out of production, with no private versions ever delivered. Twin-engine wide-bodies are now set to have their day. According to Boeing data, 14 787s and 6 777s have now been ordered as business jets, and Boeing has released some exciting plans for a 777X BBJ. We've recently seen Germany take on 2 new A350 aircraft as state aircraft to replace its A340s, and India has introduced the 777 as its first dedicated VIP aircraft. The Mexican government opted to go with the Boeing 787 for its new VIP transport. However, the current president believes this is an unnecessary luxury and has put it up for sale. As yet, it hasn't found a buyer. With more large aircraft retiring in 2020 and 2021, increasing second-hand availability could also affect the market. This is likely to be more of a factor in the A380 market, especially as its resale value has now dropped 50%. Retiring 747-400 aircraft are already nearing the end of service and are unlikely to see further VIP use. 747-8 aircraft are a possibility, but there are not many of them. We did see this with the new order from the US Air Force for replacement Air Force One aircraft. The 747 is a great aircraft, popular with airlines and private use, even if only limited. What other private uses do you think it would be suited for? And do you think any more will find a new life in second-hand use? Feel free to discuss in the comments. Did you know that we publish over 175 stories every single week on simpleflying.com? Be sure to check the link in the description for more great stories just like this.